Wes is back to work this morning, so we're up early, ready to go. We're on our last bag of coal and we're still in isolation. So really need to get those negative tests tonight.
First time it's been this sunny in a long time, and it should be sunny all day as well, but solar panels are covered in frost, so I'm going to give them a wipe and hopefully pull in a bit more solar. Pulling in a whole 2.1 amps, which isn't great, but it's something. I really miss the summer sun.
I don't cook very often, but last night I cooked us up some tomato sauce from scratch, which I'm very proud of. Wes is at work and he's not feeling too good today. Give us a wave, Wes. I'm cooking up some lunch. I've never made gnocchi before, so I'm so excited. So apparently when they start floating, that means they're ready. Trying to catch the ones that are floating now. They look like little worms. It looks pretty good. I've added some cheese, but the portion size is tiny. What have you done?
Amy's normally in charge of the fire stuff because Amy's better at the fire stuff. I thought, I'll keep on top of it. We get these heat logs and they're really densely packed, and Amy normally just whacks them in half to use half of it.
With the grate, because it's really solid metal.
I thought cast iron tongs were also really solid. The ones that took us ages to find a pair. I broke them.
Oh, for God's sake.
There's no repair in that, is there?
No.
This is day 8, we think, of isolation. And it's time to do another COVID test. Hooray!
Every single one has been positive, and if we would have tested negative now, we could have been out of isolation.
I have, but Amy's been really inconsiderate.
My results are in. I'm still feeling rubbish.
Here's mine. Whoa.
Okay, Wes's is definitely negative.
Whoa.
It's a faint line.
It's not.
There is a faint line.
Let me see.
I can literally see it.
A couple more days maybe, and then that'll be it.
Yeah, but I don't want to be stuck for a couple more days.
That means you'll be fine for the weekend, which means we can go to McDonald's. You okay, buddy?
I'm just fed up now. I miss cruising. We haven't cruised in like 3 weeks, maybe 4.
I mean, we can't now anyway, because we're stuck on the air.
Yeah, but we could still go for like a nice cruise and just turn around and come back.
Yeah, I really want to get more diesel as well. I'm really paranoid about how much we've got. It'll get better.
My ears are blocked. My nose is fizzy.
It's happened.
What?
It's happened. It's so cold, my legs are steaming.
Tell us what happened.
It's been quite frosty, so I've been pouring some like warm water on the solar panels and wiping the frost off. And the one bit of gunnel that still doesn't have any grip tape on, I didn't realise that it ended there, and I slipped, and then to try and recover it, I slipped with my other foot.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, my feet are very wet.
They're steaming.
Only hurt my hands a bit. Desperately grabbing onto the boat.
So what happened? Did you like go all the way in?
My legs just went.
And you just managed to shuffle your bum on there?
No, my legs went in and I grabbed on with my hands like that. And then
oh, so you didn't. Oh, okay. So I'm classing that as a half in.
You reckon?
Because you were able to recover it. The full in, I think, is when you're like.
You have to climb out.
You have to climb out.
I'm half a boat in there.
You had a dip.
It's cold. It's cold in there.
Oh, go inside.
I think it's all soaked in. My foot's steaming.
That's so funny.
It's so cold in there. It's a great start to the day.
I was still in bed. And it happened outside of the bedroom, and I literally heard the biggest thud and like splash, so I knew it had happened, or he'd dropped like an entire coal bag in or something. So I was literally shot up, and I was like, and I just saw him with his wet legs.
That's nice.
Wash them legs, because they'll be dirty.
Whoa.
Yay!
Is it clear?
That is definitely...
Fully
That's
clear.
definitely fully clear.
No second line whatsoever. Woo! You did it!
Why do I feel so ill then?
You're clearly faking it now. The test results show that you are not legitimately ill anymore. All sympathy has now been revoked.
So all I need to do is test negative tomorrow, and then we can go out. And tomorrow's Friday as well, so such good timing. We can go out. We're gonna get a McDonald's treat because there's one literally right next to us, and we haven't been able to go for ages.
And the McPant's there now.
So we're gonna do that.
We ran out of water today, so Amy's just nipping to the water point that is literally there and just filling up a few bottles. Our hose is too short to reach. We have to untie the boat, move it forwards a bit, about a couple of meters, fill it up, and then untie it and retie it backwards a couple of meters so that we're not blocking the water point. So the plan is on the weekend, hopefully if we're out of isolation, we can get coal and diesel from the marina just there, then fill up the water and then moor it properly. But for now, just to keep us going, she's just sat there with a bag of bottles. Oh yes, it's very bad. What bottles have you been used?
The one that we had. So, we woke up this morning and the canal is completely frozen. And funnily enough, it's the morning that we have run out of kindling, logs, and anything like fire logs. We've run out of all of our heating stuff. So we are absolutely freezing. We've tried to get the fire lit with cardboard, but it just doesn't make it hot enough. So I'm going to do a test now to make sure I'm definitely negative and that it's Freedom Day, which means I'm allowed out. It's so cold. Whew. Luckily, the test did come back negative. Treated ourselves to a cheeky Greg's from the garage next door. Put it on a tray and just warming them up. I love stove cooking, it's so exciting. We're out! Look, I'm outside. We're allowed out. So we're gonna go get some food from Lidl, just some snacks and stuff for tonight. We're not doing a full shop because we're still pretty poorly. And it's Wes's first day back at work. Well, first week back, so he's pretty tired. So we're gonna go to Lidl and then we're gonna go to McDonald's. Look what I've found. I've seen it online and I've wanted one for ages. And it basically warms up your milk and froths it. And I've wanted one for ages because in the house I used to drink so many Horlicks and hot chocolates all the time. That was my go-to drink. But we used to just warm the milk up in the microwave, and now we have to get a pan out, warm it on the stove, and it takes ages. So I'm going to try this. I hope it doesn't draw too much power. Wes thinks it will.
It's 500 watts. It's a lot.
It's time to try the new vegan McDonald's burger. It's supposed to be rolled out in every McDonald's store in the country, so we're so excited to try it. Got the goods! That one's mine.
Amy had hers without tomato or gherkins. I've just had the full experience.
The full shebang. The packaging's nice.
You excited?
Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
We usually have to put mayo on it, but it's got its own sauce on. Pretty good. It's just like not the best burger in the world, but that's McDonald's for you. It's just a pretty standard McDonald's burger, which is good.
It's exciting for us. This tastes like, yeah, a classic McDonald's burger.
Just means we get to experience that junk food burger like all over again, which is just so exciting. Ooh, ooh. So it's about 8 o'clock and the boat opposite, because boats usually more like quite close to each other, so the boat like directly in front of us, it's facing, where like both fronts are facing each other. They've got the headlight on and it's shining right in our boat. I feel like they've done it by accident, but I'm too scared to tell them. Time to test out my new toy. We're gonna have some hot chocolates. We've been making the hot chocolates with water. It's nowhere near as good, so I'm so excited to have a proper milky hot chocolate. We're just testing it first to see if I'm allowed to keep it. Because Wes says if it's too high power, I'm not allowed to keep it. The inverter's currently saying 12.4. So let's see what happens. Oh my god, it tripped it.
Tripped it.
It tripped it! No! I honestly didn't think it would be that high power. It's only 500 watts. And our inverter is 3,000 watts.
It's the voltage of the batteries that drops too low.
Most of the time I'll be having it when I'm about to go to bed, which is when we can't run the engine anyway. So if I can't do it with the engine not running, there's no point in keeping it. I guess the dream is over. Can't use it. Take it back. Good morning. It's the first full day that we are allowed out, so today is chores day. We've been in this spot now for quite a while because it was Christmas, and then we were about to move, and then we got into isolation, so we've got loads to do. We've got to fill it with diesel. We've almost run out, completely run out of water. We've got to empty the bins, clean dupes out, do the Elson,
Get coal,
wood, kindling. We've run out of all of it. Last night was absolutely freezing because we didn't have anything to burn. So, first things first is the boatyard to go and get some diesel.
First time in a while duck has been out. Just getting the wallet out to pay.
Where's
a
the
slight
stacked
problem.
it in front of the door? We often get people passing while we're on the towpath doing our weekly jobs. Some are boaters making conversations, and others, like today, are people who are thinking about getting their own boat and they have loads of questions and are after some advice. We're always happy to have a chat, share our experience and answer any questions.
There's a fun little thing that we've learned. One of our roof boxes has got a mushroom vent inside of it. One thing we didn't realise is that that means that the warmth from the living room keeps this roof box warm, and therefore you get a lot of condensation on the inside. So luckily we don't really store anything in here that matters if it gets wet, but worth noting.
Lots of my plants died. My tomato plant died, all of them, so I've just had to throw them away, and including the lettuce plant. I'm just gonna go tip this in the woods there so it kind of decomposes and start again in the summer.
While the water's filling up as well, I'm going to get on with all these pots so that we can just be using the water as it's filling up. Rufus is having a hard day of missing out. Last outdoor job of the day. Just got to take a bit of rubbish to the bins.
We've done so much. I feel so good, like getting all those jobs done, and I just feel really like achieved. What's the word? Accomplished. I feel good. I'm glad to be back in the swing of it and getting stuff done.
And to have water and coal again.
Yeah, and to have the boat tidy. It feels good.
Finished at last. It's been a long old day. We started at about 11 o'clock this morning. It is now 10 to 4, and normally the facilities don't take us that long, but it's because we had to clean out the well deck, we had to get coal, diesel and all the rest of it. And
Dupes has had like a really thorough clean, ready for his return.
So now we're just relaxing. We haven't eaten anything today, so we're just going to have some quick noodles, a cup of tea, and then we'll pop to Lidl or something and get something for dinner later. And we can finally relax and use water and be warm.
Standing right here. Yeah, well now I know.
So today Dupes is coming back. He has not been with us for about 3 weeks and we've missed him so much. He was over my mum's at Christmas because it's easier than taking him in between. And then because we got COVID, they weren't able to drop him back off. So I thought, we've had these tiles down which have been really, really good, but we hadn't had them set up in a proper setup where they were covering the entire floor. So we're going to try and do that today, and because we have to cut some. So that's the plan today, so that he can have a nice, clean, full setup for when he comes home.
I think that's the best that we can do. Annoyingly, we are probably about 1 or 2 tiles short.
But it's so much better. It goes all the way to the edges, all the way round now, which should keep in a lot of warmth and protect the bottom. So we're very happy. Well done, Wes.
Now I'm just going to put on this sign that we got from Christmas from Shani and Ryan. It's what we want to hopefully name the boat one day. It's after our favourite artist. It's called Andrew Bird, and he has a song called Lazy Projector. It means a lot to us. So that's the plan, but for now we've got a little plaque that we're just going to mount on top of the well deck. Yeah?
Go.
Oh, it's slightly bowed. I'll just stay here for a few hours.
Oh, it looks really cute. I hope it stays. We're only using like sticky pads, so if we need to do a more permanent stick then we'll have to, but
we might paint it at some point as well. I feel like it's going to fall down in the night and either kill Dupes or set Rufus off. I can hear it.
Don't touch it!
It's not on that. So we've been in this CRT spot for about 3 weeks now. We stayed in it for 2 weeks, which is as long as you're allowed in the winter, and then obviously we had to self-isolate, so we stayed in there for about an extra 10 days. But just over the other side of the basin is a visitor mooring for that marina, and you're allowed to stay there for 7 days. So I'm gonna move the boat over there, then we've got another week, and then after that we'll move back down the Erewash for a bit. But we've had a pretty busy weekend, so we don't fancy going far, so I'm just gonna nudge it over that way a bit. So one thing you can do to help move your boat, if you just wanna turn it quite sharply, is if you put your back line on the opposite side, down here, and pull, it'll pull the boat round more sharply. All done, nice and easy. We'll stay here for another week. Let's see to tie up the ropes. Look who's back in his happy little house. Hey up, dupes. All cozy. Amy's been putting these carpet tiles, spare ones down, magnetising them. And we'll have them all around the side, and that just keeps it way more insulated, so you can stay nice and warm. A nice, slightly new view as well, now that we're on the other side.
So in episode 26, we filled up the engine coolant with water. And we've had a comment from Tyson Dundas. Thank you so much, Tyson. You've commented saying, have you got antifreeze in there? And I don't know why, it's just something that we never thought that was something that boats needed as well, which probably is so stupid. And I've looked on the Narrowboat Owners Facebook page, and everyone is like, nope, you definitely always need antifreeze constantly in the engine, especially when it's frozen and cold. So I'm running to the shop now to get antifreeze. And the only thing is, apparently there's 2 types of antifreeze. I've been researching it. There's red antifreeze and blue antifreeze, and they both can't mix together. So if the previous owners used red, we have to use red. If they use blue, we have to use blue. But if there's no way to tell, then it could be bad if you get it wrong. So we're going to look in the engine bay to see if the previous owners left a bottle or something like that. And if not, I'm going to go for blue because that's the most common. See any old bottles? Oil. So we're going to try and get a little bit of antifreeze, a little bit of the coolant that's already there, and see what colour it is. Oh, okay.
Pink, innit?
Definitely pink. So good job I didn't buy blue.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
Very pink.
So at least there's already some in there.
Yeah, that's reassuring.
So when we just topped it up, there was enough in there.
I mean, that's probably why our engine's still been starting.
Yeah.
Many times. That the
Pour it in. Pour that. You might. Oh god, that feels good idea with the straw. I was going to buy blue. Oh dear. That's good to know that there's some in there still, so it's not like we're running it just on pure water. I usually feed the swans, and I've put some crackers down for them, but they can't get to it because of the frozen canal. They keep like pushing it and they can't get through. Come on, swans. Oh. We have found a field that's really close by that's quite secure. So we've got Rufus's long lead out. We're playing with him with his ball. He's very happy to have a good run around after isolation. He was such a good boy because we could only take him for smaller walks. Rufus, bring it! What you got?
our first proper shop since isolation. So we've got a proper meal plan again. We're going to restock and eat properly.
And this year, less takeaways, saving up, healthier food. Hold us accountable.
Still don't have a granny trolley though, so it's going to be horrible.
Wes is still feeling quite poorly and we had some bananas left over, so we're gonna make some banana bread to try and cheer us up.
Looks so gross.
It always does at the start.
Next step is get a fistful of butter and smosh it around with your fingers.
Woo! Looks so good!
Nice. Oh yeah.
Check us out baking banana bread and stuff.
A little evening treat. Some custard and banana bread. Don't know if that's normal, but it sounds good.
Oh, it's really nice with the custard. Super tasty. We're just chilling, watching some TV and some YouTube. We're currently watching the Nomadic Crowbot, and they're really funny.
A big shout out to Nick's allotment diary this week for the chips. Thank you so much, Nick. We really appreciate it.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of cramming all the narrowboat chores into one. Thank you to Vicky for your comment, and thanks everyone for watching.